Yo, what is good, everybody? This is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video, man. And today we are going to be talking about the viral video that's going on from the 9 months with Courtney Cox episode, where it was the transgender woman and the transgender man. They had a baby, and they've been trying to breastfeed the baby. So let me just go through like the facts, right? So like I said, Courtney Cox, she has this show called 9 Months With. It basically shows families like going through the process of them like first getting like pregnant and then them having the baby, right? So you have the transgender man who was born biologically as a woman, and you have the transgender woman who was born biologically as a man. Now the man, he's now the wife, and the woman is now the husband. So they've switched roles in real life and genders. Okay, so before I even get to the clip, I'm just gonna explain some things. So like before I even play the video, so not only does the biological, it's the transgender. So the one who now is the man, who started off as a woman. In the beginning, they're like, yeah, we're not assigning sex to the baby because when I was growing up, it made me like I was assigned this gender at birth and it made me hate it. And when it comes to all this transgender stuff, when they say they were assigned this birth at sex, you weren't assigned anything. Nobody gave you an assignment. You were born that way. That's it. Like, it's that simple. There was no assignment. There was no test. There was no nothing. God said, you're a man. You're a man. He said, you're a woman. You're a woman. And then God said, it is good. Okay, now what you started feeling inside your own head, we can't help that. I'm even trying to be disrespectful, but I hate when like the rhetoric is I was assigned, because no one assigned you anything. Like, that's what you were. Like, that's what you were. So then the transgender woman, she's like, DC is making me the transgender like they're the man. So they're like, yeah, DC's making me the transgender man, label myself as the mother, and they're like, my partner's actually the mother. Now the one who is saying this, they were born as a woman. They're the ones who got pregnant. They're the ones who pushed the baby out, right? So now that it's time for them to get the birth certificate, the government's like, okay, who had the baby? Whether you identify as a man and you have a beard and you look like a man now, you had the baby. The only people who get pregnant are women. So you're the mother. Like, it doesn't get any more convoluted than that. You know what I mean? Like, that's like 1 + 1 is 2. You had the baby, you carried it 9 months, you pushed the baby out, so that makes you a mother. But now since they transition into a man, they're like, I don't want that. That's not my role. My partner, they're really the woman. I'm the man. Anyways, so in this clip, I'm gonna show you. Bro, I don't know what to say at this point. I really don't. Like, this has gotten beyond me. Like, it's just going beyond me. Like, I wake up and I'm like, that meme of that black, he's like, wow, wow. Like, that's how my mind is like. It's like, wow. So I'll go ahead and play the clip.
My mom is having a really difficult time with like not assigning a gender or sex to the baby. We're unable to even start an application because not only are we not assigning a sex to the baby, DC is forcing me to label myself as the mother, and that's not the case. Paterna is the mother.
This whole birth certificate thing is really causing me a lot of hurt. trans women can be mothers.
Really thankful for Ahanu for creating our family.
Oh, I put it over here.
The baby has been able to latch, but I've not been able to produce any milk. It's okay because we're gonna supplement the feeding with formula so that my baby's still getting the nutrients that they need, but I'm still feeling hopeful. I appreciate you so much for all your work.
And I appreciate you also, baby. I couldn't have done it without you.
All right. So in that clip, you see, they're explaining the whole thing. Like I said, DC's trying to make the transgender man label themselves as the mother, even though she was the mother because she gave birth. You feel me? And then you see them trying to breastfeed the baby, right? So the baby, they're like, did the baby latch? Yeah, the baby latched. Is there milk coming out? No, there's not milk coming out because you were born a man and now you want to be a woman. You're not going to produce enough milk to support this baby. Matter of fact, you're not going to produce any milk to support the baby. Now, for all those people who say, well, men, they lactate too. Okay, but do men lactate enough to sustain a real live baby? No, that's why they're having to, in the clip, resort to formula. Like, this is beyond me, bro. And then on top of that, like, they're like going through all this mental distress. Like, I'm really the mother. They're not acknowledging me. My baby won't latch. And it's like, because you're not the mother. You're not a woman. And you know what's crazy about the whole transgender thing is, to me, it's like it starts to get real dangerous. Okay, so like in the baby's instance, the baby is the only one who I see when people say like mind your business. If they want to be transgender, they can be trans. That's cool. We've all acknowledged, do what you want to do. But this baby is innocent. This baby doesn't have the opportunity to make its own decisions. You feel me? And the baby's sitting up here like, okay, goo goo gaga, I'm gonna latch on to mom, who they're saying like they're putting me on the nipple. I'm thinking it's mom. This is really dad. And I'm not getting any sustainability. I'm not getting any milk. So then you're having to get formula. Then they're saying the kid's non-binary. So off rip, they're putting the kid in confusion. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like as a transgender person, okay, if you're a transgender and now you were born a woman or you were born a man and now you say you're a woman, right? And you're trying to breastfeed the baby. You know you can't breastfeed babies, right? So now you're upset because you can't breastfeed the baby. The baby's latching onto your nipple, but you can't breastfeed it. So now they're going through this mental turmoil in their head, getting upset like I maybe one day it'll work. And it's like it's never gonna work. I'm sorry to say it's never gonna work. Like that's when it becomes real destructive to me in my eyes too, because it's like I'm not trying to speak for transgender people, but it's like it becomes destructive because you put yourself as a transgender through more mental like turmoil trying to make something that won't happen. Like, okay, you went from man to woman, right? Now you're trying to breastfeed. It's not gonna work no matter how much you try. So there's no reason for you to even get upset. You want to be the mother on the birth certificate, but you're not the one who had the baby. No matter how upset you get in your head and how people won't acknowledge you as the mother and stuff, reality kicks in and tells you you weren't the mother. And I'm just sorry to say that. You know what I mean? Like I can't even be sorry to say it because it's like this is like common sense, but it's also like this is like where mental illnesses start. I'm being for real. If we gonna all keep it a buck, when you want the result to change, you know how they say you do the same thing over and over, expect a different result, and it's insanity. That's what starts to happen. I feel like mentally in these people's heads, like they think this stuff would change when reality kicks in and tells them it's never gonna change. Like this is what it is. The biological woman who's now a man, she had the baby. The biological man who's now a woman, he's trying to breastfeed, he will never give that kid enough milk, not even any milk to sustain the baby long term. Might as well, not even a month, not even a few, not even a week. You will have to use formula for the rest of the time. And like I said, the kid's the only one in the baby It's the only person in this whole equation who's being hurt the worst. Now, you know, at this point, these agendas have gone so far, you can't say, oh, we need child protective services. Look what they're putting the baby through with their own confusion. And it's like all the stuff I said, the baby being non-binary, the baby latching, the baby's confused, he's not getting any milk, but he's latched onto a nipple. The biological man's now a woman, he's getting confused because he's trying to breastfeed and no milk's coming out. The biological woman who's now a man, she's getting confused because the government's not saying that the other person's the mother when they're really the mother. And the only person I know who's confusion is Satan. God's not a, God of confusion. You feel me? So all that confusion, it's only one person playing a role in all of that. And I'm not saying that transgenders are satanic or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's too much confusion. You feel me? When you get that much confusion, even the people watching this type of stuff, like I'm sitting here and I'm just like, what? Like, and it's not even like I can understand like why they're doing it, but it's also like you trying this is for you trying to defy reality. And it's not like no matter how much I want to try to fly, I won't be able to fly. If I say, you know what, I'm gonna force myself to fly. I'm gonna jump off this building and say fly. I'm gonna hit the ground and die. No matter how many people try to fly, they will die. You feel me? It doesn't matter if I say I feel like a bird today, I get surgery to go put on some wings. I'm not gonna fly, you feel me? Now, they do have surgeries for men that have uteruses and stuff, but at that point, it's just like the doctors are only doing this for capitalism, for the bank, for the profit, because there's no other reason for you to actually do them type of surgeries. Like, that's just, to me, that's just doing too much, you feel me? Like, it's just gotten to where we're catering to every little niche of people. You got the demisexuals, you got the sapiosexuals, you got the pansexuals beefing with the bisexuals, you got the transgenders, you got the BLM, you got the I'm this group, you got the I feel like an orange but I'm really an apple, you got the I don't like math, 2 times 2 should equal 4, it should equal whatever you want to. We should all be good at math. Like, when is this stuff gonna stop, dog? And me watching videos like this, like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I watched this, and no offense, but I did. I laughed. I laughed because I was like, this is crazy. And it's even crazier the fact that they're trying, like, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad because they want so bad for the way they feel to be the way reality reacts to how they feel, but it's like reality constantly knocks them back on how they feel because it constantly proves that what they're feeling isn't true, contrary to their beliefs. You feel me? So it's like a strong delusion that reality keeps kicking. It's like reality keeps kicking them in. It's like, okay, you know how they say, like, you put your hand on the stove, how it burns you? It's like they're like, hand on the stove, they're getting burned, but they're like, maybe, just maybe, if I hold my hand on there long enough, I won't feel it. They go back, it burns them. Maybe it'll cool down, they go back and burns them. Maybe I just tell myself that it's cold, they go back, it burns them. At some point, you have to just acknowledge the fact that the stove is hot. But yeah, man, leave your comments down below if you have anything to say about this. This is like the 5th or 6th maybe transgender thing that's happened that I think has kind of gone too far. And I feel bad too because it's like, it's not that Courtney Cox is exploiting them, but it's like they're making the dysfunction seem so dysfunctional. Like, people looking in on it probably like this. Like, I feel sorry for the baby, if I'm being honest. The people, they're adults. They could be in delusion if they want to, but I feel sorry for the baby. And anybody that watches that, they can't think that's okay, you feel me? Like, nobody can watch it and just be like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know, man. But yeah, man, it's been your boy Chad. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like if you want. I don't mind. I don't care. And just comment down below your thoughts. And as always, it's been your boy Chad, and I'm out. Peace.